All right. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Julie.
Thanks for joining me today and doing an educator spotlight. I know our students always enjoy being able to see who in the community can help them with their financial literacy skills. And Homeword is definitely one of my biggest community referrals. So I thought we'd just start by you introducing yourself and a little bit about Homeword.
Awesome. Yeah. So my name's Katie Sadowski. I'm the financial educator at Homeword. I've been there about 5 years, maybe more. And my background is in accounting and outdoor education. So this job's kind of a dream job for me because I get to meld that experiential learning with my accounting background. So I think that's why the program is so fun and effective for clients. Homeward, we do two things. We develop affordable housing across Montana, so homes that people can afford. And also we do three education programs. One, our first time homebuyer educators who want to buy a house and see if they qualify for down payment assistance. My financial skill building program, so you get an overall skill tool belt filled to accomplish whatever financial things you want to. And then our RentWise 2-hour workshop that helps people learn about being a renter and get financially prepared to be accepted as a renter. Yeah.
Yeah, and those courses are so, I've done two of those three courses myself with my husband, and they're amazing. And can you talk a little bit about, so if you were how a student might be able to interact with this stuff, like, is it free? I'm going to pull up your, what do you have to
Of
pay for?
course.
Free? How do I sign up? I'll kind of follow.
Yeah, so as you can see, go to the website and you see financial skill building is the fourth one down. If you click on that, which it looks like you have already, you can scroll down and you'll see a list of our upcoming classes. And then you just press that sign up button there. Everything is free. The class is free. And what you get after that class is one-on-one financial coaching. It's about an hour to 2 hours each session, all free, where you get an individualized plan for whatever you're trying to accomplish. So we kind of apply all those things you learn in the class to your personal situation. It's easiest to get access to the one-on-one planning through the class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the other classes are in here too, right? Home buyer.
Yep. And then the renter workshop at the bottom. Yes.
Yeah, and so this is open to all community members, and sometimes I think students don't realize, like, they live here in Missoula, they're Montanans, they have access to this kind of stuff. So, oh wow, one spot left. And these are every month, right?
We generally have them every month. So, sometimes we take a month off here and there. But there'll always be a long list available on the website.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so one other thing that I wanted to kind of cover with you is about students in general and how, a lot of times if you're coming in as an 18-year-old to college, you've never had to deal with your own finances. And university, if you're kind of having the traditional 4-year experience living on campus, your finances are a little bit different than how someone in the working world might have their finances set up, because you sort of pay for things up front and then maybe you're managing your budget. But a lot of students come to me and they just don't know where to start. Right? They're like, I know should I be investing? Should I be like thinking about my debt right now? Should I just be in school and trying to work through my tuition payments? So obviously that's a lot of questions to answer, but where would you say students can start to kind of think about this holistic financial journey?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I guess what I'll say is, so in our class, we do kind of overall financial health and starting with monthly money management, which you could also call budget, but it's much more fun and interesting and important than just a budget. So that's why I call it the monthly management system. And then there's this whole other range of financial systems that you need to understand what the words mean and how that system works, like your credit score, banking in general, collections, medical expenses, a lot of stuff. So we just make sure folks are smart with those systems, like introduced to them, know what the words mean so that you can properly protect yourself and navigate them. So after folks come through the class, you can decide to engage where you want to and find most interesting. So if you're a student and you're like, well, I'm okay at saving, I'm fine at money management, but I'd really like to talk about investing, then in those one-on-one sessions, you certainly can come and work on that with us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great definitions. I mean, it's a literacy course, right? You're learning the lingo, you're learning the words. And even if, you're really not ready to start investing or even start paying back your debt, you're building this base skills and knowledge so that when you are ready to do that, it's not just incredibly overwhelming because you understand the vocab and you understand where to
yeah. I think, Julie, one of the reasons you and I love our job so much is we're kind of teaching people how to not make the mistakes we made, right? When you're an adult, even if you're a student, when you make a mistake, you pay with your money now. That's how it works. Those are the consequences. And when I was looking for money management advice in college and about to graduate, all I had were my friends, and their solution was, hey, life can be really cheap, you should go dumpster dive. Or when I tried to invest and left it in a bank that wasn't getting it being invested in the stock market, I lost 10 years of appreciation of my IRA. And so, those mistakes you don't have to make if you can come and just get some very basic entry-level education about the differences between a bank and an investment firm.
It's a super accessible, there's people in the class every month I know that are like very knowledgeable about this stuff, but every single month there's somebody who's like, I didn't know 90% of this. So you're not going to be, the only person in the class that's coming in from an entry level point of view.
Absolutely. I definitely want to emphasize our class is hugely diverse in education, age, and income level. Mm-hmm. So you are not alone when you come to the class.
Yeah. Okay, so you said something really wonderful to me once when we were talking about investing just on our own. We were chatting about students and where to start. And you're like, you know what? I just tell people, read a book. Just read a book. It's a great place to start. And I agree. I like talking about investing. I think it's really interesting, but you kind of have to have that basic knowledge and even just enter at a point where you find an author that you think is interesting, and they might not teach you everything that you learn about investing, but it's a great place to start. So can you give any book recommendations for people who are interested to start learning about this kind of stuff?
Yeah. So, okay. So there's, you have to understand there's two topics here. So a lot of folks are interested in some investing. So there's personal finance, which is going to touch on investing and really important, going to add knowledge and skills to say what my class goes over. And then there's investing books. So, the investing or the personal finance ones that I loved is one that you might be able to hold up for us. So this is Gene Chatzky's Money Rules, The Simple Path to Lifelong Security. I don't know if you could open it up a little bit there. It's mostly cartoons and just really quick snippets about really important take-home pieces. So it's a whole book full of these are markers and take-home things you should know in general. Another book that I really like right now for overall personal finance education is John Cousineau's How to Adult the Personal Finance for Real World. So I could share my screen at some point and show you that book. Let's see, there we go. And then, so this one's right here. He's a high school student high school teacher who developed his own financial education. So it's perfectly done for, college and high school students. In terms of investing, so what I find with young people who are trying to learn about investing is that we do what we do for most things, and we Google something, and then you go into this rabbit hole in this one teeny part of the whole world of investing. And it tends to leave folks even more confused and really fatigued and feeling like they're never gonna be able to learn this thing. So you have to remember learning to invest is like learning to change your oil or doing something complex on your car. which is easy for some of us if we had someone to show us and teach us, but most of us, that would be a big deal because we've never done mechanics on our car before. So so that's why we recommend a book, because you're getting the whole package of like, here's the framework, here's the words, here's what we'd recommend in situation A, B, and C, because those are all variables that matter for you to make your own judgment, your own decision, and mostly your own strategy. So those two books I would say are John Bogle's Little Book of Common Sense Investing. He's the father of Vanguard and the electronically traded fund. And then Tony Robbins' Money Mastering the Game is a really thick book, but very thorough. So it's personal finance and investing all in one. So that would hopefully get the job done for you.
Yeah, and we've got a couple other ones that Dr. Costa on his Educator Spotlight recommended too. So we're going to buy 2 or 3 of the books you suggested, Katie, to add to this loan library that we've got building here in financial ed. So people can just come and take a book for a couple weeks or a couple months and read it and then return it when they're done. So yeah, those are great. Yeah, those are great recommendations. And I love what you said about you're not just getting a snapshot of like Googling one question on the internet, because the internet it's a great place to learn about things initially, but it's really hard to find comprehensive knowledge sometimes. So cool. Well, Katie, anything else you want to add, want to tell students or?
Yeah, because a lot of students or young folks do want us to sort of give them this little nutshell about like investing. I guess I would say try to redefine for yourself what winning is. Like the hashtag winning for investing for you would be that time is your limited resource and you can't get time back. So many folks don't invest when they're young because they don't know how to feel like they make the right decision, whether it's like ethically investing or whatever their thing is that they care about. So I would tell you that you get started and get invested in some mutual fund or in some money market account, or, and later down the road, as you learn more things and you have a strategy and you want to change, you can absolutely change at that time. So just get started. That's winning, right? That's like you won if you invested. If you were like, no, too many decisions, I didn't do anything, then no, you didn't win.
Yeah, let the time value of money be in your favor.
Definitely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, Katie, it was so good to chat with you, and thanks so much for doing what you do in the community and being such a great resource for students and honestly all Montanans. It's incredible.
Yes, we're across the state, so and we're all on Zoom. So if you know anyone, like your friends and family, that you want to do the class with who are in Anaconda or Billings or California, we've had people from all over. So
amazing.
Come join.
Yay. Excellent. Well, thanks so much. And hopefully students take advantage of this.
Awesome. See you soon.